Thank you for joining us this week on Retiring Well. Whether you tune in for the first time or a long-time listener, we appreciate you and your time joining us here on Retiring Well. This week we have a lot of great topics for you, but starting off first, John and I are going to be talking about an invitation for education. You know, on the show here we provide a lot of information, but oftentimes in the community we do different programs, different educational classes, dinners, breakfasts, lunch and learns, various different things that are available to you to join and learn about specific topics that may be of interest to you or general topics along that cover a lot of different things. We encourage you to reach out and join us with any of those events. Then coming up after that, Virgil is going to be talking about how do I pay myself in retirement. Creating an income stream is lifestyle. Ray dives into retiring debt-free, paying off those mortgages or other debts out there and the importance of that in your retirement. And wrapping up the show this week, Ashley is going to be talking about cryptocurrency. It seems like it's a lot of rage and a lot of questions right now. Is it for you, and how could it fit in your retirement portfolio? All this and so much more coming up right now here on Retiring Well.
Retiring Well, brought to you by Centennial Wealth Advisory, financial advisors specializing in retirement planning and serving all of Northern Michigan. Retiring Well, helping you plan for a successful and comfortable retirement. Retiring Well. Plan to retire well.
All right, well, let's dive into this idea of an invitation for education. So when I think back of education over the years, some of you may know this, but Art and I go back to kindergarten together. So we've been in school, kindergarten all the way up then. We both attended Grand Valley State University for business school. We were roommates, and so our relationship goes back a number of years. And I think of the valuable things that we've learned by simply getting educated. And so it's one where as we transition that over to here at Centennial Wealth Advisory, we share that along with our advisory team and our entire team in this idea of wanting to make sure that you understand what we're trying to communicate. I mean, the financial planning world can be complicated, and I think too often our advisors are maybe using some of the language that not everyone's going to understand, and so it's one where we want to make sure that we're communicating well, and part of the show here, Retiring Well, is based on this concept of educating. And so just want to put this idea out of inviting you to continue with your education as it comes to retirement planning.
You know, absolutely. You know, retirement planning can be a daunting task. And I think it can also be very fearful. There's a lot of worry when it comes to running out of money or making the wrong decision or losing this hard-earned money. So an uneducated mind can also be an indecisive mind, meaning it's hard to take steps forward. I've heard people talk about being fearful of making the wrong decision, so they make no decision at all. And so, you know, as we extend these opportunities for continued education, specifically in the financial area, you know, we're doing that for you and your benefit to have that educated mind so you do feel comfortable and empowered to make that decision for not only yourself, but your whole family's future in many cases, in a very inviting, non-threatening, no-pressure environment that we offer these for the various communities that we serve.
Yeah, and so we like to call these live events. It's something that as you watch the Retiring Well television show, and as we talk and you're sitting there comfortably maybe on your couch or at your computer chair listening in on what we're talking about, we extend these invitations to attend one of these live events. A lot of times there's also a meal that you can enjoy along with that, and we cover a variety of topics. I mean, right now I think one of the hot button topics that a lot of people are curious about and not 100% confident in as far as Social Security and what's going to happen next and what should you do when it comes to retirement planning. An area that I think people don't talk enough about is tax planning, and that's something at our firm that we feel is vital when you're looking at your investments and your income plan. You have to have a tax plan that goes along with that. So talking through what are the changes happening in tax laws and staying on top of that. Another area that is important is current events. So this year, there's been a lot of talk, obviously, about tariffs, and so what does that really mean to the markets? And along with that, then the one big beautiful bill, and what exactly does that mean? How does it potentially impact you? And especially if you're 65 and older, what are some of those different benefits? On top of that, you get into estate planning, where we see way too often people are making these sort of beneficiary blunders, and how to transition those assets onto the next generation. On top of that, obviously, market risk. That's something that doesn't go away. You're going to continue to see the ups and downs, and sort of how to best handle market risk over time, depending on your circumstances.
You know, John, that's a great summary of all the different things, and there's so much more that we dive into. Typically, these events are around 45 minutes in length from the educational portion, and a little bit of an introduction and closing, stuff like that. And again, we can't stress enough, this is a no pressure environment. There's not a cost to these events, and we're never going to twist your arm. We've heard of various other people going to these events, maybe put on by other places, that they feel pressured to sign up for something or do something. That's not our intent in these. We want to provide great information for our community, so again, you can be empowered and knowledgeable for these types of situations that come your ways, so you can truly plan to retire well. So there's different ways to sign up for these. You can call into the office. You can use through our website. We have very convenient links, and we're hosting these various times throughout the year, so you can find a time that works well for you. And again, no cost, no obligations. We can't stress that enough. And try it out. I think you'll be happy to join us at one of these events in your Northern Michigan communities.
If you are nearing retirement or already retired, we invite you to an exciting and informative live event with a complimentary gourmet dinner to help you plan to retire well. There is no cost and no obligation, and dinner is on us. Information is power. Let us help you make educated financial decisions, such as, what does the one big beautiful bill mean for your financial future? The Fed and your retirement, understanding the impact on income. The silver tsunami, planning for rising healthcare costs in retirement. Your 401k, how much is yours and how much belongs to the IRS? Maximize your Social Security benefits tailored to your situation. We are Centennial Wealth Advisory, financial professionals, specializing in retirement planning and serving all of Northern Michigan, with offices in Traverse City, Gaylord, Petoskey, Cadillac, and Manistee. Call 888-608-5825 or register online and choose the date and location that works best for you. Wednesday, November 5th at Lakeside Charlie's in Cadillac. Thursday, November 6th at Cambria Suites in Traverse City. Thursday, November 6th at Benetham's Northern Inn in Gaylord. Or Thursday, November 20th at Boone's Long Lake Inn in Traverse City. The live event starts at 6:30 p.m. and is free to attend, with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow. But seating is limited and tends to fill quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or register online to reserve your seats today. Don't miss this important live event to help you plan to retire well. Choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be a daunting task. We can help you navigate the different parts of Medicare and identify which benefits are important for you to receive. Download our free white paper, Understanding Medicare. Know your options and costs, and be informed. Let us help you make educated decisions that are best for your situation. Simply go to cen-wealth.com, scroll down, and click the link, Understanding Medicare. Know your options and costs, to receive your free copy of this valuable and informative resource.
Today we're answering a big question. How do you pay yourself once you're retired? You've worked hard, saved up, but how do you turn that nest egg into a steady paycheck? Let's break it down. In retirement, you become your own employer. Your income now comes from the money you saved plus the benefits you've earned. There are typically four main sources of income. The four main sources are Social Security, retirement accounts like 401ks and IRAs, pensions, if you're lucky enough to have one, and investments or personal savings. Now let's look at how you turn those four categories into a paycheck. Most people start with Social Security. You can begin taking Social Security at age 62, but waiting until your full retirement age or even 70 can boost your monthly check significantly. The average benefit in 2025 for Social Security is about $1,900 a month, but it varies based on how much you earned and when you started taking it. So I like to tell people to think of Social Security as more or less your base income, but for most people, it's not enough on its own. So after Social Security, we're going to look at your investments, your 401k or IRA or other retirement accounts you might have. This is money you have saved. Now it's time to pay yourself back. One popular strategy is the 4% rule. That means that you withdraw about 4% of your retirement savings each year. So if you had saved $500,000, let's use, in a 401k or IRAs or combination of those two, 4% of $500,000, that would give you about $20,000 a year. In this 4% rule, it's really designed to make your money last around 30 years. But the rule is just set up to give some people a guideline, a roadmap, and really your actual plan may vary from that. Do you still have a pension? If you do, that's great news because they're becoming fewer and far between in the year 2025 here. But the pension, it's a reliable, steady paycheck for life. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, fewer people have pensions these days, but if you do, that's a great bonus for your income in retirement. Other income sources might include, rental property, annuities, part-time work, or even some passive income from other types of investments. Diversifying your income sources can help you have more stability and actually a lot more peace of mind in retirement. A few things to keep in mind: taxes still apply, especially on traditional 401ks and IRA withdrawals. Required minimum distributions, or RMDs, you might have heard that acronym. Those start in your early 70s, and it's the exact time those start depend on your date of birth. It's important to create a withdrawal strategy too that fits your lifestyle, the tax bracket needs and goals for your retirement journey. Retirement isn't the end of your journey, it's the beginning of a new one, built by you, where you get to receive a paycheck that you pay yourself. So understanding all the different nuances of how that works and tax responsibilities with that and how much you can take out are all important to make sure that you handle that well. A key to success is to plan early, diversify your income sources, and adjust as you go. To recap, when you enter retirement, you stop receiving a paycheck from a company and become your own employer. You are required to pay yourself a paycheck because you need the money. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to pay your expenses. So the most common sources of income in retirement are Social Security, your retirement accounts, pensions, and investments in personal savings. This whole idea of trying to navigate this process on your own can be quite overwhelming. We would be happy to sit down with you and discuss your options for income in retirement. Please follow the instructions on the screen or simply call one of our 5 offices located here in Northern Michigan to schedule a time to meet. We would love to help you plan to retire well.
Centennial Wealth Advisory is expanding, and we are excited to add a new office in Manistee to better serve our growing family of clients. Our new office is located in the historic Briney Building in the center of idyllic downtown Manistee. Whether you are an existing client or would like to meet for the first time for your free, no-obligation initial consultation, we look forward to welcoming you in our new office or at any of our Northern Michigan locations in Traverse City, Gaylord, Petoskey, Cadillac, or Manistee. Living life isn't always easy. It puts up challenges and obstacles you'll have to overcome. There are responsibilities. You put in effort to provide and take care of your family, to save and invest, to balance work and life. Planning is the first step to succeeding. Plan to retire well.
Today we're talking about something that might be weighing on the minds of a lot of people in their 50s and 60s. Should you pay off your mortgage before you retire? And if so, is it ever a good idea to dip into your retirement savings to do it? Let's talk about why this even sounds good. Imagine going into retirement without a monthly mortgage payment. Your biggest bill is gone. That means lower expenses, less stress, and potentially more flexibility in how you live. Every dollar counts. So eliminating that $1,500 mortgage payment could be a game changer. And there's a psychological benefit too. You own your home, the bank doesn't. Now, let's get into the big question. Should you use retirement savings like a 401k or IRA to pay off your mortgage? If your mortgage interest rate is higher than what you're earning on your retirement investments, you might come out ahead by eliminating that debt. It's like earning a risk-free return equivalent to that interest rate. Not having a mortgage might also give you peace of mind, relieving financial pressure and potentially improving cash flow for other needs or wants during retirement when your income might be fixed or lower. Owning your home outright gives you the emotional benefit of freedom and flexibility in retirement. So it might be a quality of life decision, not just a financial one. But it's not always that simple. Here's the flip side. When you pull from a traditional retirement account, it's considered taxable income. If you pull out, say, $100,000 to pay off your house, you could owe thousands in taxes depending on your tax bracket. Additionally, if you're under 59.5 and withdraw from a retirement account, you could face a 10% early withdrawal penalty unless an exception applies. That big tax hit could actually make paying off your mortgage more expensive than just continuing to make your monthly payments. Tax planning is vital in retirement and a key component of our team here at Centennial Wealth Advisory. Contact us if you have any questions on tax implications, and we would be happy to walk you through the process. Another potential pitfall to paying off your mortgage using retirement savings is opportunity cost. You lose the power of compounding. The interest that you may earn on your retirement savings could be more than the interest you pay on your mortgage, especially if your mortgage interest rate is low. In addition, the retirement money you withdraw stops growing tax-deferred or tax-free. That could be a problem if you're depending on that money to support you in retirement. Finally, what if an emergency comes up? Once the money is in your house, it becomes less liquid and not as easy to access unless you sell or refinance. Make sure to evaluate your situation when looking at the pros and cons of using your retirement savings to pay off your mortgage. Is your mortgage rate at a low interest rate, like 3 or 4%? What's your age and current tax bracket? What types of retirement accounts do you have? Do you have an emergency fund or other savings to fall back on? As you're thinking of answers to these questions, look at alternative methods that could help eliminate mortgage debt without using your retirement savings. Consider refinancing your current loan with a new one at a lower interest rate with a shorter term if your monthly cash flow allows. This could help you pay off the debt more quickly. If you have a variable rate mortgage or home equity line of credit, refinance to a fixed interest rate mortgage instead. Use your extra cash flow or extra funds outside of your retirement accounts to pay more on your monthly principal or make lump sum principal payments using non-retirement assets like a liquid brokerage or savings account. This is going to reduce your interest paid over time, shorten the loan term, and avoid taxes and penalties tied to retirement account withdrawals. Maybe you're thinking about downsizing or relocating. Selling your current home and going with a less expensive one frees up equity and potentially eliminates the mortgage entirely. This might be a good option as you're approaching retirement and realizing you don't need as big of a house, or you're desiring to move closer to your kids or grandkids. So what is the smart move? It really depends on your full financial picture. Talk to a financial planner or tax advisor before making this kind of decision. Our team here at Centennial Wealth Advisory specializes in the holistic approach to retirement planning, where we have dedicated individuals specializing in financial planning and tax advice. If you'd like to sit down and talk with one of us at one of our Northern Michigan locations, give us a call for a free, no-cost consultation. The goal isn't just to be mortgage-free, it's to be financially free. Paying off your home might help you sleep better, but only if it doesn't come at the cost of your long-term security. We'd love the opportunity to help support your bigger picture and help you plan to retire well.
If you are nearing retirement or already retired, we invite you to an exciting and informative live event with a complimentary gourmet dinner to help you plan to retire well. There is no cost and no obligation, and dinner is on us. Information is power. Let us help you make educated financial decisions, such as, what does the one big beautiful bill mean for your financial future? The Fed and your retirement, understanding the impact on income. The silver tsunami, planning for rising healthcare costs in retirement. Your 401k, how much is yours and how much belongs to the IRS? Maximize your Social Security benefits tailored to your situation. We are Centennial Wealth Advisory, financial professionals, specializing in retirement planning and serving all of Northern Michigan, with offices in Traverse City, Gaylord, Petoskey, Cadillac, and Manistee. Call 888-608-5825 or register online and choose the date and location that works best for you. Wednesday, November 5th at Lakeside Charlie's in Cadillac. Thursday, November 6th at Cambria Suites in Traverse City. Thursday, November 6th at Benetham's Northern Inn in Gaylord. Or Thursday, November 20th at Boone's Long Lake Inn in Traverse City. The live event starts at 6:30 p.m. and is free to attend with a complimentary gourmet dinner to follow. But seating is limited and tends to fill quickly. Call 888-608-5825 or register online to reserve your seats today. Don't miss this important live event to help you plan to retire well. Choosing the right Medicare plan for you can be a daunting task. We can help you navigate the different parts of Medicare and identify which benefits are important for you to receive. Download our free white paper, Understanding Medicare. Know your options and costs, and be informed. Let us help you make educated decisions that are best for your situation. Simply go to cen-wealth.com, scroll down, and click the link, Understanding Medicare. Know your options and costs, to receive your free copy of this valuable and informative resource.
A buzzword over the recent years has been cryptocurrency. Now, is it a scam or is it a smart investment? So let's start with the basics. What is cryptocurrency? Now, cryptocurrency is a digital currency that uses a cryptography as a security behind it. Now, think Bitcoin, Ethereum, and thousands of other cryptocurrencies that have evolved over the years. Now, these currencies are decentralized, meaning they don't have a centralized bank system or a government backed behind them. Rather, they have blockchain technology that it actually essentially is a secure digital ledger that records each transaction. So now the idea behind cryptocurrency is that it's a peer-to-peer transaction. So it kind of cuts out that middleman like the central banking system. And this can be revolutionary for some, and for others it might not be a great investment. So let's get into that. So is cryptocurrency a scam? Yes and no. There are so many types of digital currencies out there, and some are scams. Let's be real about this. And so crypto itself, though, is not a scam. There are a lot of innovative, very smart people behind these cryptocurrencies that aren't necessarily a scam. But you also don't need to look far to see when someone has lost thousands of dollars from crypto. So is it a smart investment, though? Well, it all depends. Are you willing to lose 50, 60, even 80% on the year? It is a very volatile investment that you need to be very careful with when investing. So a real life client story. I had a client come into the Traverse City office recently and he was getting ready to retire. We'll call him Dave. Dave was in his 60s and he wanted to retire within the next 3 to 5 years. And he had a lot of questions about cryptocurrency. And the first question was, how can cryptocurrency make me a lot of money? And so of course we want to say, absolutely, it's going to make you all of this, but that's not the case. That's something that you have heard over the years. A lot of people have made some sort of money from this, but you can't, it's so hard to time the market that way. So on the other hand, I also talked to Dave about, he was selling his business that he's going to live on for retirement. And so I asked him, how do you want your timeline to look like? How do you want your retirement to look? Do you want it to have a stable foundation, or do you want it to be volatile and very, very, you're not quite sure what's going to happen? So we were able to carve out a very small percentage of his retirement to put into cryptocurrency so that he could kind of see what's going to happen with that, but he wasn't too worried about it because it was such a small percentage. He kind of made it, it's almost like the satellite around the sun. His sun is his portfolio, and a very small satellite was the cryptocurrency that helped diversify his portfolio. So 3 key things that you can take away from cryptocurrency in retirement. And the first one is that crypto is not a scam, but scams definitely exist. So be cautious on what you invest in this very volatile platform that you're working on. And then number 2 is volatility is real and it might not be ideal for retirement. So it's good to stay informed and maybe talk to a licensed professional on this. And then third is, if you invest in crypto, treat it like the satellite and not the sun. It's a very volatile, think of it as like a speed limit. So 1 is like money market, very, very known returns almost, and then 99 is cryptocurrency. So 3 simple things you can do today. There is a Retiring Well YouTube channel. We offer free resources for you to go on and stay informed. And weekly, if you subscribe weekly, you'll get updates that we added a video for your enjoyment. And then number 2, give us a call in any one of our Northern Michigan locations. We offer a free consultation to sit down with a licensed professional and assess whether or not we might be a good fit for you. And then number 3, visit our website, cen-wealth.com, and you can get to know our team on there and really understand what we do as a business. And so final thoughts, crypto is not a scam, and it's one of the most talked about financial investments of our time. And so it's important to know it's not going away anytime soon. But the question to ask yourself is not, can I make money off of crypto? It's more of, is this a right fit for my investment plan?